What's good, YouTube? Hopefully you are all having a good day. Today in this video, I'm going to be reviewing my most anticipated movie of the year, Spider-Man Homecoming. I really could not wait for this movie, and the reason being is because Spider-Man is my number one superhero of all time. I loved all the other Spider-Man movies. The Amazing Spider-Man 1 is my least favorite, but it was still a good movie. And my favorite Spider-Man movie is The Amazing Spider-Man 2. But I would say the best Spider-Man movie is Spider-Man 2, the Sam Raimi's one. This was before seeing Homecoming. So where does Homecoming rank in terms of my favorite Spider-Man movie and in terms of the best Spider-Man movie? Well, I'm happy to say Spider-Man Homecoming is now my favorite Spider-Man movie, but it's the second best Spider-Man movie. I will still say the Sam Raimi Spider-Man 2 is still the best Spider-Man movie. So yeah, Spider-Man Homecoming was so good. It was what a Spider-Man movie needed to be. It was a breath of fresh air. It did not feel like the previous 5 Spider-Man movies. It was unique. It was a unique take on the Spider-Man character, on the Spider-Man universe, and I really loved that. And regarding Iron Man, many people went into this movie concerned that there's going to be too much Iron Man. It was basically Iron Man 4, and really there's not really that much Iron Man in this movie. There's a fair amount, but he didn't overstay his welcome. He was there just the right amount of time, if that made sense. So I was really glad about that. And with the actual movie Spider-Man Homecoming, it felt a part of the MCU, but at the same time it felt completely different because we never had an MCU movie where the main character was in high school. So it was a different take, but at the same time it had that MCU feel. And regarding Happy Hogan, I would say this is my favorite Happy Hogan appearance. Happy Hogan, played by Jon Favreau. He was very fun in this movie. It was a joy to see him back. We haven't seen him in 4 years. The last time we saw him was in Iron Man 3, so it was very fun to see him back. Now let's talk about Zendaya's character, because going into this movie, regarding the side characters, she was the one who was the most talked about, because there was rumors that she would be playing Mary Jane, or she's just going to be playing a different character entirely. So if you don't want this part of the movie spoiled, then skip ahead about 30 seconds or so. But it's actually revealed towards the end of the movie that Zendaya's character, whose name is Michelle, is actually playing some version of Mary Jane or MJ. She's not going to be playing Mary Jane, but she's going to be playing MJ, because of course she's not going to be called Mary because her first name is Michelle. But she did say that her friends call her MJ, so she's definitely going to be playing a version of MJ in the Homecoming sequel. Now regarding the actual love interest, Liz Allen, I would actually say she's one of the better love interests in the MCU or any other comic book movie. She wasn't as annoying as Kirsten Dunst's Mary Jane was in Spider-Man 3. Even though I really like Spider-Man 3, I'm one of the few people who actually did enjoy that, and at the time it was my favorite Spider-Man movie. But despite that, I did think that Kirsten Dunst did not do justice to the character in Spider-Man 3, but with Laura Harrier's portrayal of Liz Allen in Homecoming, it was pretty good, pretty rock solid. And I just want to give out another quick spoiler. Skip ahead 30 seconds for those of you who haven't watched the movie, or for those of you who do not want any spoilers. Skip ahead 30 seconds because I'm going to spoil something that happened in the movie. And I was pretty surprised when it was revealed that Liz was actually the Vulture's daughter. And there was rumors going into the movie. I heard rumors that it was actually Zendaya who was the Vulture's daughter, but it turned out to be Liz. So when I found out that in the movie, I was very shocked. So I really loved that twist. And speaking of the Vulture, Vulture is one of the best MCU villains, even though that's not really saying much because they don't really have that many great villains besides Loki, Baron Zemo, etc., and a few Marvel Netflix villains. But then again, Vulture is definitely one of the better MCU villains. He's in my top 3 best MCU movie villains, and I'm going to be doing a video ranking every MCU villain, so stay tuned to get that video. Michael Keaton brought it to this character. He was menacing, but at the same time, you could empathize with him. You could understand why he was doing what he was doing. I really loved the Vulture in this movie, and going into this movie, I did not like the Vulture at all. I feel like the Vulture in the comic books is just a B-list villain. I did not want him to be the main villain for a Spider-Man movie, but surprisingly, he was very good. So I really applaud them for that. Now let's talk about Ned Lee. Ned Lee is essentially Gank from the Miles Morales Spider-Man comic book run. He's essentially that character. But in this movie, he did a pretty good job. The actor who played him, I really enjoyed. In fact, he was actually my favorite side character in the entire movie. In that makes sense. I really enjoyed it. So I'm really intrigued to see where their relationship will go between Peter and Ned in the future. Whether Ned will turn into Hobgoblin, because Ned Lee in the comic books is actually Hobgoblin. So will that mean that he's going to be Hobgoblin in the future? Remains to be seen. Or will his father turn into the Hobgoblin? Who knows? We just have to wait and see. But I really enjoyed his character. Now let's talk about Marissa Tomei's version of Aunt May. And I would say that Marissa Tomei's version of Aunt May is actually the most realistic Aunt May we've had on live action, even though the Aunt May we had in the Sam Raimi trilogy was the most comic accurate because she was an old lady. I would definitely say Marissa Tomei was the most realistic, because realistically an aunt wouldn't be like a grandma looking, if you know what I mean. So I would definitely say that. But she did play a pretty good Aunt May nonetheless. I would say she's the second best Aunt May behind the actress who played Aunt May in the Sam Raimi trilogy. I wouldn't say Sally Field was a great Aunt May. She was decent but not as good as Marissa Tomei and the Sam Raimi Aunt May. And at the very end, careful for spoilers by the way, at the very end she found out Peter's identity. She found out at the very last moment of the movie, she found out that Peter was Spider-Man. So I'm really glad that they did that, because they haven't done that in the Spider-Man movies yet. Even though they kind of hinted towards Aunt May knowing that Peter's Spider-Man, they never actually confirmed it. But in this movie, she now knows. So now going into the Homecoming sequel is going to be an interesting dynamic. Something that we've never seen before. It's going to be interesting to see how Aunt May will deal with knowing that Peter is Spider-Man. So let's talk about the main man at hand, Tom Holland, Peter Parker. Now, Peter Parker's suit, of course, it's basically a version of the Iron Spider suit. Speaking of the Iron Spider suit, another spoiler by the way, the Iron Spider suit made a cameo in the movie at the very end. That means we're going to be getting the Iron Spider suit for Avengers Infinity War. I cannot wait. Oh my goodness. When I saw that suit, I literally sat up from my chair. Wow. That was I'm lost for words here. I can't describe those words. But anyway, regarding Tom Holland's suit in Spider-Man Homecoming, it was basically a version of the Iron Spider suit because it was Iron Man made, so that technically makes it an Iron Spider suit. But then again, Andrew Garfield's Amazing Spider-Man 2 suit is still my favorite Spider-Man suit. And then the Spider-Man Homecoming suit is a close second. Yeah, it had all the cool gadgets, but I feel that Andrew Garfield's Amazing Spider-Man 2 suit, you can't get any closer. You can't get any comic book accurate than that, in my opinion. But regarding Tom Holland's performance as Spider-Man and Peter Parker, I'm going to save that to my Spider-Man versus Spider-Man video, where I'll be comparing Toby to Tom to Andrew Garfield. So stay tuned to get that video. He also played a phenomenal Peter Parker as well. He fit both roles perfectly. But anyway, what do you guys think about Spider-Man Homecoming? I am rating it a 9 out of 10. It was that very... But anyway, what do you guys think of Spider-Man Homecoming? I'm rating it a 9 out of 10. I did not really find that much wrong with the movie. I can't really think of anything other than the fact that Zendaya didn't really have too much to do. So, you know, that's it really. What do you guys think? Share your thoughts down below in the comments. If you like this review, give this review a thumbs up. Share this review with your friends. Subscribe to my channel if you're new. And I'll see you guys later for more videos.